go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather round. An adventure is always waiting. The storytelling means for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners and our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and welcome to this edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Ministry of Education et al. And of course we're here on Saturdays to bring you any updates, activities, anything that we can to help to further develop our students, our young people. And this Saturday is the third Saturday of the month, which means at the bottom of the hour we'll break for the ECCB Children's Connection Program. I will be joined by co-host Ajerne at that point as well. Well, school's officially closed. It's been closed for 1 week, and we can see that our students, for most part, our children for most part, are actively engaged in various activities. We see some of them who are attending the various vacation Bible school activities. There are few who are involved in some of the various sports camps. We have some who are involved in Camp Refresh, and of course we'll have some coming up this week joining in on the summer library program. My brain went back in time to Easter. The summer library program, and of course the summer library program is in its 34th year, and we want to start there by extending commendations to the Nevis Public Library and under the leadership of Mrs. Paris Morton, and they have been hosting this activity, this summer library program activity, for 34 years. This year's summer library program will be held under the theme Reduce, Reuse, Recycle for a Healthier Planet. Reduce, Reuse, Recycle for a Healthier Planet. And we will see from Monday, July 22nd to 26th, the 5 to 8 year olds will have their opportunity to have their camp, and on the 29th of July to August 2nd, we will see the 9 to 12 year olds having their camp. And once again, we want to wish all of our registrants the very best as they participate in the 34th edition of the annual summer library program. In addition to that, during the course of this week, last week we saw the first set of summer camps, sports summer camps, and so we saw the Emmanuel Richards football camp, and Mr. Richards has been hosting that camp for 19 years. And when we hear these large numbers of years, we hear 19 years, we hear 34 years, we know that these are well grounded and rooted, and that they have been working and they have been effective, serving our community in these various engagements and activities and serving our children. And every year we see increases in numbers and increases in participation in spite of the various competing activities. And so highest commendations to Mr. Emmanuel Richards for his 19th hosting of the Emmanuel Richards football camp, and that has had 1 week, and it will run for an additional week. And then we will see, or last week, sorry, we also saw from July 15th to 19th, that was the course of last week, the tennis camp taking place. We had various coaches working with them. We had a partnership with the Four Seasons Hotel as well, to get some assistance and support in terms of coaching there, and it was happening right there at the tennis court in Charlestown. Coming up, we see netball July 22nd to 26th at the Grellhouse Stevens Netball Complex. And then the following week, we'll have swimming, July 30th to August 2nd, swimming. and swimming for that time period would cover ages 6 to 12. Then there will be a one-day activity, a one-day swim activity for students ages 13 to 17, or high schoolers, focused specifically on you. And so on July 27th, we'll have the high schoolers having their summer swim camp. Cricket will then start on July 29th to August 2nd. July 29th to August 2nd, that's cricket. And then we'll close out the season with basketball August 12th to 16th, 2024. That's August 12th to 16th, 2024. And if you need any information, if you need to register your child for this camp, for any of these camps, please reach out for 4695521 extension 6710, or you can visit the Department of Sports upstairs, the Reliable Motors Miniplex, corner of Bath and Main Roads. All camps run from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. daily, and it is a wonderful time for the children to get out and get a few hours of activity in before they go into device mode. And we know they spend a considerable amount of time on their devices, and so it will give them that chance to really be able to effectively interact with others, communicate, learn the skills that they need to learn, improve on the sports that they need to improve on, but above all else, get moving, ensure that they're active during that time period. And then, as I said before, Camp Refresh is also happening, and so the Department of Community Development is hosting Camp Refresh at the Charlestown Secondary School. I know that they already had a remarkable, wonderful first week, and they'll continue in this upcoming week from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. And so we also want to wish the team at the Department of Community Development the very best as they continue into week 2. We know that especially when it comes to the various camps, there's some high points and there's some low points, and sometimes it gets very exhausting for the persons hosting. And so we just want to encourage you to keep going, keep inspiring, and keep molding our students and making an impact on all of our children who are enrolled in your various activities, your various camps. And so those are what we have going currently. Just save the date, as we're talking about the Department of Community Development. Save the date. The St. John's Parish Children's Baking Camp is coming up soon. So we're encouraging you to get your children involved, get them enrolled. They'll be making cupcakes, cookies, coconut tarts, patties, and more. That's the Pond Hill, at the Pond Hill Community Center, the St. John's Parish Children's Baking Camp, starting August 12th, going to August 23rd, each day from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The registration fee is $30, and the target group, children ages 8 and older. Okay, so if you need more information, please reach out to the Department of Community Development. I know that this will be an exciting one as well, and it's another skill that our children can learn and can put into practice going forward. So look out for the St. John's Parish Children's Baking Camp. Don't let the spots fill up. Parents and guardians, get your child enrolled and get them baking, so that you never know where this can go. They can help you at home with treats and desserts. They can start their own culinary business coming out of this opportunity. And of course, this takes them down to just before the start of school, that glorious day of September 2nd. So please get them involved, enrolled, and get on it as quickly as possible so that you do not miss this opportunity. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
From Queen City, Nevis, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, Vaughn Radio.
Chip, 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 we wanna get chip, chip.
Chip, Chip.
Give your little smarty the perfect smart start for their future with CHIP, the Child Investment Plan from TDC Financial Services. Invest in your child's next step, and we know what's next is always changing.
Chip, Chip, Chip. We wanna get Chip, Chip, Chip.
CHIP is a long-term plan with no minimum deposit, no monthly commitment, and you're guaranteed a special high interest rate per annum.
I want Chip. I want Chip too.
Visit TDC Financial Services today and get CHIP, the Child Investment Plan, providing the best head start for every child.
Chip, Chip, Chip. We wanna get Chip, Chip, Chip. It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know, we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's you on the go. Youth on the go, whoa. Let's start the show, oh. Youth on the go, whoa. Let's start the show, whoa. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things, I will be creative. Grab the gears, let's gather around, an adventure is always waiting. The storytelling means for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go, whoa. Let's start the show, oh. Youth on the go, whoa. Let's start the show, whoa. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners or viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and welcome to this edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. Of course, we are always delighted to have you and to interact with you, and so this Saturday is no different, and we are sharing just some updates and some bits of information. It is summer. It would be remiss of me if I didn't put a pitch in here to remind you. Just before the break, I spoke a bit about the physical interactions and making sure that students are involved in some type of activity daily. I also want to use the opportunity to make a plug for keeping their brain stimulated. The various camps will do a great job at that, and then perhaps pencil in an hour or 30 minutes a day for some type of reinforcement and review. I know we're going to be doing many things this summer, and I don't want us to forget that that is also very important. So please get involved, get your children going so that when school resumes in September, they're ready to go as well. Just before the break, we were bringing updates, as I said, and we also had a hallmark moment yesterday where we were able to celebrate 42 persons on Nevis, some school-aged students and some adult students who participated in the 2024 test of Chinese as a foreign language examination. It was a computerized adaptive test, and just in case you forgot, last year we had the first edition of the computer adaptive test. Nevis was the first island in the region to offer that exam, and we had 42 persons take it this year, and those persons passed the exam. We had persons passing at novice level 1, novice level 2, and at level 1. And level 1 is the highest qualification that we have in Chinese on Nevis. And while I'm talking, since she's already in the studio, she's not there for you to see yet, she's already in the studio. I want to say commendations to Ajerne. She might not like it. Ajerne received level 1. She's at the highest level of Mandarin Chinese, and so on. All of the other students, of course, who participated, congratulations to you. And above all else, I want to say congratulations to Miss Chen. Miss Chen has been working. Miss Chen has been going around. She goes to the schools. She goes to all 3 secondary schools, and she also has sessions at the Department of Education every week for adults who want to participate. I think she has a few primary school students as well who come to the department along with their parents, or their parents registered them to be part of that experience. And can you believe it? She has done a data collection, the process of data collection, and noted that she has had 600 persons in the last 4 years learning Mandarin Chinese in some way, shape, or form. And every year we have a few who take the exam. I think we started off with in the 20s, and then we've been climbing, and this year we had 42 persons who passed the exam at various levels. We also saw in the first year we only had novice level 1. Then we went on to novice level 1 and 2. This year we had novice level 1, novice level 2, and the level 1, which is starting the advanced pathway. And for persons out there who are listening, and you might be thinking about going to school in Taiwan, you might be thinking of attempting to access one of the scholarships which are offered every start of the year between January and March. We see some scholarships being offered by the government of China Taiwan, and several persons go each year. And one of the requirements for most of the universities in Taiwan is that students spend the first year learning the language. And so we have students now who are learning the language. It is our hope that as they accomplish each level and they master each level of the language, that for those students who stick to it, that they may not even have to take the language when they get there, because the exam is graded in Taiwan. The exam is not graded here. It actually takes a little over a month for the grades to come back. The certificates are issued from Taiwan. They're not issued from us here. And so it is credible. It is, I think you have one of the most amazing Mandarin teachers on the planet. Yes, Miss Chen, I'm talking about you. And of course, most divisions know Miss Chen because she walks around and she greets everyone and she interacts positively with everyone. And so we want to encourage parents to encourage your children to also enroll in Mandarin during the upcoming school year. There are some big things coming up this school year. We have some additional classes which will be introduced. We'll continue, of course, with the school level classes as well, and activities. And later on, we will have Ms. Chen here with us to tell us a bit more about the plans for the new school year. And I know the students who are currently enrolled are very excited about the opportunities which are available. Because of course, of the size of China and of population as well, that is one of the predominant languages on the planet. And so if in terms of business and commerce, you will find that it is a useful language, although in the Western Hemisphere we tend to be more acquainted with the traditional languages of French and Spanish. I was a scholar of languages. I know the importance of knowing language and being able to communicate, and so I'm encouraging you, if you can take all three, go for all three, students, as far as possible. That doesn't mean that you can't pursue whatever your desired career is. In fact, we were able to see yesterday, we had doctors, I know I saw at least one doctor yesterday, I saw at least one lawyer yesterday who was able to take the class and pass the exam at some level. They are making themselves more marketable, although they're already in the profession. So as you're young and thinking about it and your brain is pliable, go do it. You don't have anything to lose. Don't wait until it's a little bit hard and the strokes are confusing you to start to learn the language. Of course, it's never too late for those who are already in their established careers and you're looking at ways to branch out and to be able to communicate with persons in Asia. You will also benefit greatly from this. And so, as I said, we'll bring Ms. Chen by sometime later to tell you a bit more about that. I want to also take this opportunity to say thank you to Ambassador Michael Lin. Ambassador Lin approved of this project and has stood by us throughout the process, allowing us and granting us permission to continue, but also ensuring that he has been present at every step of the journey, and that is no small feat. And so we want to thank Ambassador Lin, who is our resident ambassador here in St. Kitts and Nevis, representing the Republic of China, Taiwan. And I can't close out this segment without saying thank you also to Ambassador Lin's assistant, Damien Leo. Damien has been working with us on this project for 4 years. Of course, we know that each assistant or assigned person has to move from time to time. So Damien will be continuing his journey in diplomacy in a different country, but he was able to join us yesterday. Yesterday was his last day on the job, and we had the activity at the Malcolm Gishad Recreational Park, which we know was sponsored by the Republic of China, Taiwan, and it was an activity supported by the embassy, and something that Damien has been working with us from the onset. So Damien, once again, we wish you the very best, and we really appreciate all that you've done to support us in this initiative, as well as several other initiatives over the years. We will be getting a new newly assigned person will be coming in, and we are so enthusiastic about continuing the journey. We know that the Republic of China Taiwan has been working with our federation since 1983. And so every year when we celebrate independence, a little around the same time, we celebrate the anniversary of the diplomatic relations with the Republic of China and Taiwan. So it's a long-standing relationship. This year is going to be the 41st year of that interaction, or 42nd year of that interaction, right? 41st, yes, 41st. I'm jumping ahead of myself. 41st year of those interactions, and so those as well are no small feats. We talked about the fact that when you start going over 10 years, you know that the activity is very much rooted and grounded. So we encourage you, wherever you see opportunities like these, students, to take advantage of them. We were so proud yesterday to hear and to see our students as they had the opportunity to speak, as they had the opportunity to sing, but most of all, they had the chance to receive their certificates with their families present, cheering them on, and members of representatives from our ministry as well there cheering them on. So congratulations to all of you, and we wish you the very best as you continue your journey learning Mandarin. Every year I contemplate whether I can get to add that to my list of things to do, and somehow the list seems a bit long, and so I haven't gotten there yet, but who knows, I know 2 words, and so I'm good. I have hello and thank you down pat, I think. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll go to the ECCB Children's Connection program.
Chip, 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 we wanna get chip, chip, chip.
Give your little smartie the perfect smart start for their future with CHIP, the Child Investment Plan from TDC Financial Services. Invest in your child's next step, and we know what's next is always changing.
Chip, 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 we wanna get chip, chip, chip.
CHIP is a long-term plan with no minimum deposit, no monthly commitment, and you're guaranteed a special high interest rate per annum.
I want chip! I want chip too!
Visit TDC Financial Services today and get CHIP, the Child Investment Plan, providing the best head start for every child.
Chip, 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 we wanna get chip, chip, chip.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know, we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's you on the go. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. The storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Let's start the show.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
When VON vibrates, the whole Caribbean must shake.
860 AM, the powerhouse.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information and excellent mentoring. We're starting us early.
Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the ECCB Children's Connection Program. I am your host, Zahnela Claxton, and with me is our co-host,
Ajerne Hodge. Good morning, everyone.
All right, Ajerne. Adults and children spend a lot of time on devices. We talk about this all the time, such as tablets and phones going online. Many of us use our devices every day. Many of us use our devices almost all day, every day. We use them to talk to our friends and family, to find out information.
Yeah.
Children use them for fun, like playing games and looking at videos. But did you know that it is really important to protect ourselves when we are online?
Yes, I do. People steal our identity.
People can potentially steal our identity and do things which are wrong as well, right? Using our information. The internet, or as some call it, cyberspace, can be a tricky thing, even though it is such a useful and amazing tool. That's why that's where cybersecurity comes in. Cybersecurity talks about all the ways we can stay safe online. Today, we are going to talk about just that, staying safe in cyberspace. Stay tuned. We'll be right back to take a closer look at our topic for today.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information and excellent mentoring. They started us early and making it easy to manage our money and make a real living. They're linking the children with excellent mentoring.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to the ECCB Children's Connection Program, a program produced and delivered by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. Before the break, we started talking about staying safe in cyberspace. An easy way of understanding what cyberspace is to remember that it's about anything that has to do with the internet. And so, Ajerne, we'll start off by spelling a word for them, a big word, which will help us to stay safe on the internet once we keep that word in mind. And that word is cybersecurity. Let's spell it for our friends.
Okay. Cybersecurity is spelled CYBERSECURITY. 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 Cybersecurity.
Now that's a big word, so let's break it down. The first part of the word cyber means involving computers and things related to computers, like the internet. And security is the second part of the word. What do you know about security?
Security is staying safe and keeping yourself protected.
Okay, perfect. So security has to do with all the things that we, as our journey said, do to keep ourselves safe. If we put these two words together, cyber and security, we get the word cybersecurity, which talks about the things that we have to do to be safe online. It's really to keep safe while using the internet or our digital devices. Last time we talked about some of these devices. Can you remember any of them?
Okay, a major one is computers. Then we have our tablets and our phones and our smartwatches, and we have a lot more, but those are few.
All right, awesome. So we have our tablets, like you said, our cell phones, computers. They're all digital devices, and it's important for us to be careful when we use these things to prevent cyber attacks. Have you ever heard the word cyber attack?
Yes, I have, in a simpler way that I know it as it's just like hacking.
Hacking, okay. All right, so a cyber attack happens when someone tries to access your device digitally without your approval. They do this for bad reasons, like to prevent your device from working properly or, worst of all, to steal your information. This is called hacking. Ajane, do you know that they call what they call someone who tries to hack devices?
A hacker?
A hacker. Okay? And so the person making the attempts to harm your system is called a hacker. Let's get into hacking. No, we're not going to hack. We're going to tell you about hacking, boys and girls, and we want you to pay close attention because this is something that can happen to any of us. Hacking happens when someone gets access to your device without permission and usually with bad intentions. Hackers try to get your personal information such as your passwords and use it without you knowing about it. They may also try to cause harm to your device and infect it or make it sick with malware and viruses. Did you know that devices can get viruses just like humans?
I did.
Yes, right? So computer viruses and malware are harmful applications that can cause your device to stop working. They help hackers steal information on your device and destroy the data. Just like human viruses, computer viruses can spread from one device to another.
Really?
We can get these viruses by downloading unsafe applications, apps, and files, or visiting unsecure websites. Sometimes they can even come through pop-up ads. So try, boys and girls, not to click on these pop-up ads when you see them, because you don't know how many of them are safe, and most times they may not be, and you may be accessing and downloading a virus. Now, have you ever seen any ads pop up when you're on your device, especially the computer?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, when you're playing games, they come up a lot, and I think even sometimes when you're watching certain videos, they pop up a lot as well. Now, these are some of the ways that hackers try to get to us. So you have to pay very close attention to what you open or download because it could be a virus. Now, I know we're talking to our children, but I want to give a quick plug, especially our adults who are not technology natives. You may just click on things that pop up unknowingly, so we want you to be very careful and very, very cautious. Now that we've covered hacking, let's talk about phishing. No, we're not going to the sea. It's a different kind of phishing. Did you know that people can fish over the internet? And it's PH, right? All right. So do you know that, Ajane? Phishing. No. Okay. So this type of phishing has nothing to do with the sea, as I said. It is spelled PHISHING. So let's spell it together, Ajane. PHISHING. Phishing. Okay. Imagine someone is online pretending to be someone you know. A nice person, or even a business you may know about. But what they are really trying to do is to trick you into sharing your secrets, like passwords or even your credit card number. That is what is called phishing. So we've heard of instances when people reach out and try to get your information. There's a word for it. It's phishing. Phishing is an attempt that someone makes to trick others into giving out their sensitive and personal information online. These tricks could come in the form of a text message, an email that seems safe and friendly, but they're actually trying to steal your information that should be kept private. Now, Ajane, have you ever heard about anything that sounds like it could be phishing? Any instance?
Yes, we call it a scammer.
Yes.
People come up on WhatsApp and text you and tell you you've won this.
Oh, really?
Yes, I got it once, and he said that he's some guy from Samsung. He told me that all I have to do is send some money to the Prime Minister and I could claim my my prize. It was like, okay, and I just reported it and blocked it.
Okay, good. But some people might think of, and I know especially our seniors, sometimes when they get some of these messages, they think it's real and they send the money. And sometimes they end up sending a lot of money, or sometimes they'll end up allowing people to get access to their cards. And so we have to really, really be on high alert. Remember that that cyberspace is filled with unknowns and unknown people who may pretend to be our friends or know us as we learned today, and who may just be trying to get our private information. So again, we really have to be careful when we're online. It can be fun, boys and girls and adults, but it can also be dangerous. So how what should we do to keep safe from cyber attacks such as hacking and phishing? Can you think of anything that we can do as Journey to prepare or to protect ourselves from cyber attacks or such as hacking and phishing?
Well, on my computer there's an antivirus app. Whenever I'm watching a movie or something and the pop-ups come up, it will block them off from me. Then you have blocking the person from contacting you. And I know that iPhone users can block their numbers and their personal information. For those who are using iOS, they can do that, so that people don't really get their personal information or their numbers. Well,
I have iOS and I don't really know how to do that, so I have to go find out. But yes, wonderful ways. And here's some things, listeners, that you can do to prevent yourself from cyber attacks. First of all, do not share your personal information, like your full name, boys and girls, your school, your picture, or your address with strangers. And even if you have to share with someone or a site, make sure it's someone or a site that's trustworthy, and tell your parents or an adult about it before you do it. Sometimes people come on and they ask you information and you end up giving them information. Please make sure that you have those conversations with an adult. Next, never share your passwords with your friends or strangers online. I know sometimes your friends might ask you to give them your login information for a game or another account. That happens, especially when they might not have access, but you should not do that. And while we're on passwords, be sure to make them unique and hard enough so that someone can't just guess what they are. And I think a rule of thumb has always been to put some other characters in there, letter and number, and some other form of character in there to make sure it's a little bit more secure. Is that something you think that you can do, Ajane, and the boys and girls out there as well?
Yes, I think we can, but I don't think we really do.
Yeah, we can, but we don't, and so we want to make sure that we encourage them to. So good. The third thing is to be on the lookout for phishing and hacking attempts. Remember, don't open messages or emails or click on links or pop-ups without making sure they're safe. Ask a grown-up boys and girls whom you trust to help you with this. Practicing good cybersecurity helps us to be safe in cyberspace. And on that note, I know on social media, some of us, those who are on Instagram, those who are on Facebook, I understand from the young people that young people are not on Facebook. It's only old people on Facebook, so I'm among the old. And young people are on other social media sites. I think one of the most popular right now for them might be Instagram, and they might be going towards others, I'm not sure. But we have to make sure that when people send us DMs, direct messages, that we're not talking to someone who's not the actual person. And I realize that they do a lot of duplicating of accounts. So they'll take my account and duplicate it, or they'll take somebody's account and duplicate it and pretend to be them and ask for money or ask for information. So be careful. Janet, today we talked about some very important things that have to do with being safe online. Can you tell me anything that you remember?
Okay, today we learned about cybersecurity, cyber attacks. We also learned that the internet is also called cyberspace, and we learned how to spell these words. We learned that phishing is also a new word to me. We learned that it's spelled with a PH and not F. We're not going to the C. And that when we see random emails or text messages, we're not supposed to open them, and to always ask a grown-up for help.
All right, awesome. All right, so we have had a very interesting conversation, and we want our boys and girls today to remember that we learned about cybersecurity, all the ways that we can stay safe online. We learned about cyber attacks when someone tries to access your device without your approval to cause harm or prevent it from working properly. We also talked about some of the ways that we can prevent these cyber attacks, such as never share your personal and private information with online strangers. If you have to share with someone you think you can trust, tell a grown-up about it first. Don't just do it. Don't share your passwords with your friends or strangers. Only an adult you trust should have this information. Look out for tricks from hackers who are trying to steal your information. These tricks can come in the form of a text message, an email, a pop-up ad, direct message conversation. Let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have our call-in time segment.
From Queen City, Nevis, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, Vaughn Radio.
Connecting the children of our easy region with good information and excellent mentoring. They started us early and making it easy to manage our money and make a real living. They linking the children with excellent mentoring.
Alright, so welcome back everyone. Ajorna, let's see if our friends remember what we learned about being safe in cyberspace. And so we're asking our boys and girls in Ajorna. I really hope they're up, because in the summertime it's hit and miss with these children. They want to go to bed and stay in bed until noon and 1 o'clock and do nothing because they're going to stay up all night. Right? But we hope they're up and that they learned about cyberspace, because in between they are online. Right? We're going to have some questions based on what we talked about today. Ajorna will read them to you twice. She'll read all of the questions, and when you call in, you can just let her know which question you want to answer. All right, Ajorna, and the number is 469-1616, 469-1700. That's 469-1616, 469-1700. Over to you.
Okay, question number 1. Dash is an attempt that someone makes to trick others into giving out their sensitive and personal information online. Dash is an attempt that someone makes to trick others into giving out their sensitive and personal information online. Number 2, true or false? A pop-up video is a way that hackers can attack your device. True or false? A pop-up video is a way that hackers can attack your device. Number 3, give 2 examples of digital devices. Give 2 examples of digital devices. Number 4, it's okay to share the password. True or false? It's okay to share the password to my game account with my best friend.
Okay.
True or false? It's okay to share the password to my game account with my best friend. Number 5, multiple choice. Computer viruses can come in the form of A, email, B, text, C, app download, or D, all of the above. Multiple choice. Computer viruses can come in the form of A, email, B, text, D, C, app download, or D, all of the above.
Okay, so 469-1616, 469-1700, those are the numbers to call. And of course, parents, while we are having these conversations, and for those of you whose children may be in bed still or maybe asleep, please have these conversations with them. They will be spending a lot of time on their devices this summer. If there's no control, and they can put you and themselves at risk. 469-1616, 469-1700. Over to you, Ajorna.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I would like to answer question 2, please.
Okay, true or false? A pop-up video is a way that hackers can attack your device.
True.
That is correct. Good morning, what's your name?
Malaika Dalton.
Good morning, Malaika. How are you today?
I'm good.
Lovely to hear that you're awake. Remember to collect your prize at the Department of Education. Congratulations.
Thank you.
One of these days, Ajorna, we have to bring Malaika with us.
Yes, I think she'll be an amazing
she calls all the time, and so one of these days we have to bring her in the studio with us. Malaika, would you like that?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Keep going, children. And we know that Malika is listening, and we hope that all of you are listening as well, because this is very important information. So we have questions 1, 3, 4, and 5 remaining.
Question number 1. Dash is an attempt that someone makes to trick others into giving out their sensitive and personal information online. Dash is an attempt that someone makes to trick others into giving out their sensitive and personal information online. Number 3. Give 2 examples of a digital device. Give 2 examples of a digital device. Number 4. True or false? It's okay to share the password to my game account with my best friend. It's okay to share the password to my game account with my best friend. And number 5, multiple choice. Computer viruses can come in the form of A. Email, B. Text, C. App download, or D. All of the above. Computer viruses can come in the form of A. Email, B. Text, C. App download, or D. All of the above.
All right, Ajani, and so we've shared some questions with you, listeners and viewers, and we're hoping that you are in a position to call in and to give us the correct answer. I know that our children know the correct answers because they were listening intently this morning. Parents, I think the onus is on us as adults to also ensure that our children are in tune and are up to speed with what is expected, what's going on around them. And while we're waiting for them to call a journey, there was a very interesting technological glitch yesterday, where lots of the things that are run through online services through cyberspace went down, including flights and airlines, and so everything got. I had some friends who were traveling yesterday, and they were grounded for a while because there was some technological glitch. I have some friends who work at a hospital in the US, and they had issues all day accessing all of the data, and it was a very interesting thing happening yesterday as we're talking about cyberspace and cybersecurity. And they're doing some research because they're trying to find out why so many of the services went down on the same day. That's not normal. And so as we talk about cyberspace and cybersecurity, we also have to be aware that hacking and phishing takes place in any continent. It takes place no matter how strong your antivirus is, and so you have to make sure that you're alert and that you're aware, because I would love to see and find out more once the research is done to see what the outcomes were from yesterday. I know that my friends were very frustrated. Some of the nurses had to work extended hours because everything had to go manual, and they could not retrieve any of the files and any of that for the patients and that type of thing. They had to do manual handovers. So everything was kind of they had longer days than usual, and they usually have 12-hour shifts, and so that was frustrating for them. So I would love to see what happens there going forward. We're not hearing from anybody else right now. Parents, next time wake them up early so that they can get the information. It's very important information. But we have a friend who's going to fly in, and we want to make sure that we give enough time. And so are you ready, Ajani, to hear from our friend, our wise old owl, Oliver? I believe, as usual, he has something very important to share with us today. Let's listen.
Hi boys and girls, welcome to Oliver's Treehouse. But just for a moment, imagine you were on a beautiful tropical paradise island, sipping on a cool glass of lemonade and enjoying the fresh breeze. Or imagine you had superpowers and could help stop crime and violence in your city. Could you guess what our word for today is? If you guess imaginative, you got it right. When a person is imaginative, they are creative, inventive, and original. They can come up with new stories or new songs, or just think about things in new ways. Can you think of anyone you know who is like that? You too can be imaginative. Just open up your mind and begin to think of different ways that you can do things. My name is Oliver, and it's time to get your imaginative juices flowing. Now back to your host.
All right, thank you, Oliver. Oliver has me on a little island here. Thank you, Oliver, for introducing our word for today. And Ajane, based on what Oliver said today, how would you describe being imaginative to your friends if you had to talk to them about that word?
Being imaginative is taking everything you have in your mind and using it to create this beautiful image. I think it's actually in the word imagine.
Imagine, yes.
So you create a beautiful image that does not exist yet, and you can actually make it come to life. That's what happens with a lot of authors and narratives.
Nice. And so an easy way to describe being imaginative is when you use your mind to explore new ideas or different ways of doing things. It is thinking about things outside of the ordinary, or some people like to say thinking outside of the box. By being imaginative, we can solve problems, create inventions, and change the way things work. People also use their imaginations to do fun things. Some people think of being imaginative as a way of dreaming. And sometimes with hard work, the things you imagine in your mind can happen in real life. There are lots of ways that we can use our imaginations. And Ajane, how are some of the ways that you think you can use your imagination?
Well, right now I can use it in school for communication studies. We all know we have that end of term promotion exam in high school, and it can be nerve-wracking when you see the common exam come. My word of advice is to use your imagination and write your stories and hope for the best.
All right, good advice. And so we can be imaginative in many ways. We can be imaginative in storytelling or writing, like you just said, by making up characters. By being imaginative, we might create a new game. We can be imaginative when we play and pretend. We can use our imaginations for so many things. And I'll give you a real life example. Have you ever heard of an iPhone, Ajane? I know you have, because you just talked about it earlier. I think everyone knows that what an iPhone is. Well, the iPhone is the result of someone being imaginative. Steve Jobs, the person behind the invention of the iPhone, imagined a device that could combine a phone, the ability to play music, and the capabilities of a computer. With hard work and help, he was able to make the device move out of the imagination and become a real thing. Just imagine that. Being imaginative is so important. When we explore with our minds, we can create new and amazing things, and sometimes even change the world. But Ajane, we have come to the end of another ECCB Children's Connection program, but we're so happy that all of our friends were able to join us today. So until we meet again, I'm your host, Zahnela Claxton.
And I am your co-host, Ajane Hodge.
Let's talk again soon, but until then, think beyond the ordinary and be imaginative and stay connected.